Thanks, Jared. And the snow we saw today made travel very difficult. Our Joe Chiodo tagged along with the crews cleaning it all up and found travelers at the airport who felt its effects the worst.
19 trucks, all needed to rid each Papillion street of snow.
It'll come to a stop. Give us a few hours, we'll have her all cleaned off.
Crews got in at 4 Monday morning and continued clearing until about 9 at night.
Boy, that snow, boy, it got slick though.
Lights on, plows down, and salt pouring. The work wasn't easy, but it could have been much worse.
If we'd have got the 10 inches in the wind and that, it'd probably be a 24-hour operation.
Marty Lemming with Papillion Public Works says the snow we got still made travel dangerous during one of the busiest weeks of the year, and that cleanup will continue.
The wind tonight's going to cause some drifting, so we'll have a crew back early in the morning running over some streets and that.
While these guys were relieved to see less snow on the roads, no relief could be found at Epley Airfield.
We got here early though because of the roads were going to get bad.
UNL students Sage, Sandra, and Emily spent hours at Epley before hearing they would have to head back home.
Our flight got canceled to Chicago, and then our connecting flight from Chicago to Boston got canceled as well.
Dozens of cancellations through Chicago would ultimately cancel their entire trip to visit Boston and ski in Vermont.
Our hearts just dropped, like there goes our vacation.
The next flight out, January 2nd, and that would be too late.
We all just kind of looked at each other and faces dropped. It was like we were all up here and it went down here real fast.
Surrounded by packed bags for 5 hours in the airport, they are still thankful for one thing. Thanks to these plows, the roads were clear enough for their ride to make it back to Epley. And after hours of frustration, finally get them back home. Yeah, such a bummer for those girls and a bummer for a lot of travelers here in Omaha, including the ones on the road. Just to give you an idea of what people on the Omaha roads were experiencing, 911 dispatchers received more than 270 calls for accidents today between the hours of 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. So quite a lot of troubles we were seeing, and you can tell that the roads, as drivers are making their way out onto them, are still packed with snow just because that snow fell for so long today, and then people continue driving over it. Now, something that you can do to help out city crews that I talked with today, they say make sure to park your cars in the driveway so they have room on the streets. And something else, don't just push all that snow when you're shoveling out into the street, rather push it onto the side of your yard so it is out of their way. And John, it's not just the road, as we saw with those girls. I know that people at Epley are still feeling the effects of all of this snow. Maybe not the system here in Omaha, but systems impacting their destinations to where they are going and where they are connecting. I'll send it back to you with that updated information.
All right, thanks, Joe. It's clearly hearing the wind out there. And latest flight status here now. Flights in and out of Chicago a bit dicey. 2 of them have been canceled. A lot of other flights still coming in, and even if it might be a little late, they're at least coming in. Epley keeps their departures and arrivals on their website. You can check that for yourself. Also,